Hi, this is Mary, and you are here for another magical math moment. In this video, which is designed for the Algebra 2 student, we're going to be looking at function operations, which will also include domain restrictions. So let's get right to it. We're given two functions, f of x and g of x. The first thing that they want you to do is to find f plus g of x. That's simply just saying f of x plus g of x. So all you've got to do is take your f function rule and add g of x to that. Once you have it written out, the next thing you want to do is put this thing in standard form and also combine like terms. So I have a 7x squared, that's going to go out in front. I've got a 2x plus 2x gives me 4x. I have -5 and a -1 minus 6. So f plus g of x simplifies into 7x squared plus 4x minus 6. Since this is a quadratic function, if we're talking about the domain, this is going to be all real numbers. The domain for quadratic functions, always all reals. Next thing we're going to do is look at the difference of f minus g of x, which just means f of x minus g of x. So again, we're going to substitute. F of x is 2x minus 5, but this time we are subtracting g of x. So you want to be careful with your signs. Okay. The negative is going to get distributed through, which essentially changes all of the signs. Okay, so negative, this is like a -1 out here, times 7x squared changes it to a -7x squared. Negative times positive 2x is -2x. And at the end, negative times -1 is +1. Then we're going to put everything in standard form. Now I have a -7x squared out in front. I have a 2x minus 2x. They're opposite, so they cancel. I have a -5 plus 1 minus 4. So our difference of f minus g of x is -7x squared minus 4. Again, this is quadratic, so if we're talking about domain, it's going to be all reals. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about multiplying these two things. So we have f times g of x, which is really just f of x times g of x. So we've got 2x minus 5 times 7x squared plus 2x minus 1. All right, get ready. We're going to take the 2x and distribute it through all three terms. I have 2x times 7x squared, that's 14x cubed. 2x times 2x is 4x. 2x times -1 is -2x. Next, I'm going to take -5 and distribute all through the three terms that are here as well. When I write my answers for these, I'm going to be aligning things vertically. Ooh, and I'm looking at this real quick. I forgot to write my squared there. Okay, so let me just make sure this is good. We're good. Okay, -5 times 7x squared, -35x squared. -5 times 2x is -10x. -5 times -1 is +5. If you align your terms like this, you can now just combine the columns. Isn't that nice? Here's 14x cubed. This is -31x squared, -12x plus 5. So if we're thinking about the domain of this product, since it's a cubic function, our domain is going to be all reals. Okay. Moving on to the quotient. In this one, we're going to take f of x divided by g of x. And then we're going to see what kind of domain restrictions we end up with this time. So we have 2x minus 5 over 7x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay. a 7x squared plus 2x minus 1. I don't think that's going to factor. There are no factors of -7 that add to 2. So we'd have to do quadratic formula down here to figure out our domain restrictions. In regard to our answer, we're done. That's all we can do. And I really should have thought about this because this domain restriction is going to be gross. For there to be an issue in the domain, the denominator has to be equal to 0. So I'm going to take what's down there and set it to 0. Like I mentioned a second ago here, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to factor this thing. So we're going to have to go and plug it into the good old quadratic formula. Okay, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. All right, once you have the substitution, you can go ahead and start simplifying some things. So this will give us a -2 plus or minus. This is 4. When I multiply all this stuff, I'm going to get 28. 2 times 7 is 14. All right, let's see what happens here. -2 plus or minus the square root of 20. Oh no, just kidding. 4 and 28 is 32. Ooh, that was a good save. Over 14. Can I simplify the square root of 32? Pretty sure that I can. I can do 2 times 16. Oh, look at that. It's a perfect square. So this is going to be rewritten as 4 rad 2. So I have -2 plus or minus 4 rad 2 over 14. Now the nice thing here is that all of my numbers that can be reduced are even. So I can go ahead and simplify this a little bit. So I can say this is going to give me a -1 plus or minus rad 2 over 7. So when I get to the part where I say my domain, I can say all reals, x is not equal to -1 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 7. You could do the decimal approximation of that if you want to. I don't have a calculator nearby, so I'm going to leave that alone. That was disgusting. I hope you don't encounter one like that. But hey, it's math. You never know. I hope that this information has been helpful for you. Please like, share, subscribe so you can get more amazing math content. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.